Hello everyone, my name is Kevin, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my thoughts on a series that hasn't been on the channel in a long time, but if you're new to the channel and you don't know what the series is, my thoughts on is where I give my full, unbiased, unfiltered opinion on something. It can be gaming related, it can be anything really. Today is actually to do with media and movies in general and the MCU slash Spider-Man slash Sony slash Marvel slash, if you guys don't know what this whole thing is about, Sony and Marvel have officially cut ties, and Spider-Man will no longer be appearing in the MCU. And I see so many people online dogging Sony for this, and I hate this. This happens every time Sony's brought up with anything. Back with the cross-platform discussion, Sony got brought up, and everyone blamed Sony because Sony didn't want to do it, and then they decided to completely swipe under the rug that Microsoft already fucking said no to this years and years ago when they were the top dog. And I always hate that because it's like, oh, you guys are going to attack Sony even though they're literally just giving Microsoft a taste of their own fucking medicine. It's what I hate about console wars is everyone's such a fucking fanboy on the... This is why I don't play as much on Xbox as I do on PlayStation, because people on Xbox are a fucking toxic community. And I'm not fucking saying there's not toxic people on PlayStation, there is, but Xbox is a majority toxic community. You say anything bad about Xbox, everyone fucking comes at you. You say anything good about PlayStation, everyone comes at you from the Xbox community. You literally can't win with some people in the Xbox community. And that's why I don't play on Xbox as much, because I don't like the fucking community on that. It's toxic and it just sucks. PlayStation has a toxic community, but I deal with it less. I don't get messages randomly on PlayStation from fucking 12-year-olds telling me they fucked my mom and calling me the N-word, is all I'm trying to say, okay? But, so Sony and Marvel slash Disney decided that they were going to cut ties today. The reason being, and everyone's decided to shit-talk Sony saying they reneged on the deal. No, the reason being is Marvel got fucking greedy. Disney got greedy. For people who decide to just dog Sony in this, do you realize that Disney owns the 5 highest grossing films of the entirety of 2019? One fucking company owns all of those. One company owns Disney, or owns Marvel, Star Wars, Toy Story, the entirety of the Pixar catalog. So many things. The Simpsons, fucking all of Fox. Basically everything except for Spider-Man right now is owned by Disney. For Marvel properties, I should mention. And people don't see a fucking problem with that. So everyone's deciding to dog Sony. Marvel slash Disney decided to ask for a 50-50 deal going forward with Spider-Man in the MCU. And Sony said no and wanted to keep it the same or keep it somewhere similar. I've seen a few people shit-talking Disney slash Marvel, but there's so many fucking people going after Sony. Like, why? Because they didn't want to give up something they own the fucking rights to? They own the Spider-Man IP because Marvel almost went bankrupt and sold off their characters. That's Marvel's fault. That has nothing to do with Sony. Sony just happened to buy one of the best characters, and honestly, they made 3 awesome movies, 2 shitty movies, and so far the deal with MCU was pretty fucking cool. But people are deciding to shit talk Sony. Why? Why are you going after Sony? Marvel got greedy. They shouldn't have... Marvel and Disney got greedy and wanted more money for this. For a character that they don't currently own the rights to. They own the comic distribution rights, but they don't own the movie distribution rights / video game distribution rights. Sony does. They have the fucking say-so. And they want to keep the deal the same. For good reason. They're making a shitload off of it. But Marvel, you don't fucking need that money. And people who decide to say, oh, Disney's not getting greedy, Marvel technically owns the character anyway. Do you realize, again, I go back to the point that Disney owns the top 5 grossing films of 2019. They don't need more money from the Spider-Man IP. They can leave it at the current deal or very similar to that current deal with no fucking issues. Seriously, none whatsoever if they kept the 5% of the fucking first dollar bullshit or whatever the hell the deal is. It's like 5% or something like that. They could keep that and be fine with it because, again, they have the 5 highest grossing movies in 2019 and some of the highest grossing movies of all time. I think like 6 of the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time are all owned by Disney. Do you realize how much bullshit that is? One fucking company. And people decide to just be like, oh, Disney's so great and Marvel's so great and Lottie fucking da, and don't realize that, yeah, they're making an entertainment monopoly, but sure, they're awesome. Yeah, they're fantastic. Right. It's not enough that they own fucking Fox, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. They also own ESPN and Hulu, and there's so much shit that Disney owns, and no one has a problem with that for some reason. I have no idea how people don't fucking have a massive problem with the fact that Disney owns a shit ton of stuff in the entertainment industry, and people are just fucking sitting there like, yeah, Disney's so great. Fuck Sony. No. Fuck Disney. They suck. I'm sorry. Disney used to be great, but now they're just a fucking bunch of corporate douchebags fucking trying to take everyone's fucking dollar. Literally, they're trying to get as much money as they can. That's why they try to get this Sony deal to a different fucking, to a 50-50 deal instead of them getting 5%. Because they just care about money. They don't care about the people that they're fucking making the movies for. They don't care about the people who enjoy the stuff. They don't care about any of us. They don't care about the fans. They care about money. The sooner people realize that's all Disney give a fuck about, the better. Because guess what's gonna happen? Disney can't keep fucking doing the same bullshit they've already been doing. I'm tired of it. Like, I hate seeing this because, like, so many people are dogging a fucking studio for trying to keep their own IP for something they own the rights to. Yes, Marvel owned the rights to Spider-Man back in the day, and then they almost went bankrupt and sold off some of their characters. They sold off the Fantastic Four, they sold off the X-Men, they sold off Deadpool, they sold off Spider-Man, they sold off Venom. Basically anything that went in the Spider-Man / X-Men sort of thing / Fantastic Four sort of stuff was sold off because because Marvel was going bankrupt. And then they ended up getting bought by Disney. And now they're fucking grossing tons of money because of it. But let's be honest, the MCU still isn't all it's cracked up to be. There's still issues with it. And if you guys don't think there is, I'm sorry, but there is. There is always going to be issues with the MCU. Take Iron Man 3, for example. Or the fact that Hulk's had two separate series standalone movies, and both of them have fucking failed. Okay? Don't think the MCU's all high and mighty. The fact of the matter is, Disney got greedy. Sony said, fuck you. I'm not going to fall into your bullshit fucking monopoly. And wanted to keep the rights and the money that they're getting from their character, which they own the rights to. Again, I'm making the point. Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. They do not have to agree to any fucking deal that they don't want to agree to. That's how businesses work. They gave a counteroffer to Disney's offer of bumping it up, and they said, no, how about this? We keep it the same. Honestly, they could have even said, here, let's keep it similar. Let's make it similar so you guys get like 10% instead of 5%. Disney probably still would have said no, because Disney are fucking sellouts, and they just want money. Hell, I'm surprised they didn't try to go for a fucking 60-40 deal where they get 60 and Sony gets 40. The fact of the matter is, Disney got greedy with this. That's the bottom line. And I love how I'm wearing a Venom shirt while I'm recording this, by the way. But Disney got greedy. Sony said, go fuck yourselves, basically. We're keeping the deal the same. And Disney just said, all right, then fuck you. We're not putting him in the MCU anymore. Which I think is the dumbest decision Disney could have ever fucking made. And people are trying to say it's Sony's fault. No! Disney said they didn't want to agree to the original deal anymore. That's on them. Sony didn't try to back out of the deal after Far From Home. So the deal was, if Far From Home didn't gross over $1 billion, Sony could get out of the deal. Everyone's looking at it as that's what happened, is Sony reneged on that deal and just said, fuck it, we're out of this deal anyway. No. What happened is Marvel / Disney offered a 50-50 thing going forward with him in the MCU. Sony said, nah, I'm good. And said, how about the original deal where you guys get 5% and we get the rest because it's our character now, officially. Technically, it is their character. It's been their character for like 20 years. Probably more. And Marvel said, nope, sorry. And they are the ones who pushed Sony out. This is all down to Marvel and Disney being greedy fucks, okay? I'm not trying to stand here on a soapbox and fucking stand up for Sony and shit because I know Sony's made some bad decisions in the past. However, this is on Marvel. They're the ones who got greedy. They're the ones who decided that they didn't want to just stick with the original deal. They're the reason Spidey is no longer in the MCU. I don't think Sony deserves the hate that they're getting for this because they just wanted to keep it the same. They didn't want to change anything. They kept the deal the same. They agreed to a deal They, Far From Home grossed over $1 billion. They agreed to that deal, said if it grosses over $1 billion, we'll continue. They were fucking fine keeping it at the original contract. Disney got greedy. Nothing else to say here except Disney wanted more money. Sony said no, and Disney said, all right, fine. We're just going to go be crybabies in the corner then. That's what happened. In my eyes, that's what happened, is that Disney got fucking pissed because they didn't get their way and just fucking left and walked away and said, fine, we don't need him anyway. Even though they've kind of built up Spidey as this huge thing in the MCU now, so it's kind of a little bit awkward that you guys are just going to kind of have him gone now. But yeah, good job, Disney. Y'all fucked yourselves. Hopefully you come to your senses and stop being greedy babies, and Sony will decide to agree to a deal with you again. Because honestly, that's kind of Disney's best option at this point. So hope to God that Sony decides to agree to a different deal sometime before they plan to put either another Avengers movie or a new Spider-Man movie out. Because if they don't, yeah, the MCU's kind of fucked. Good job, Disney. And for anyone who doesn't really entirely know what's going on, go check it out. Seriously. And for people who decide to just try to bash Sony in the comments, go read up on it first and realize what happened, then come back to the comments. Because I'm not going to have you sitting there fucking bashing Sony for no reason when Sony literally just wanted to keep the deal the same. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay golden. Peace.